Is this working? Yep, we're working. Okay. So what we're going to do today, and I thought as well, I should probably create a bit more structure going forward to these, but we're going to play some bets. We're going to play some live bets. We're going to talk about the promos. So first, before anything, I think in future videos, I'm just going to briefly talk about the promos on, a few of the main sports books that I think are at least a little good and worth betting, just so in case, you miss them, you can hop in and bet them. So the first one is this third time's the charm. So Wednesday, January 19th, you get free bets from Caesars if your team scores 3 goals, right? So we have a link in the bio to sign up for Caesars. If you check out the YouTube video, the description, just check out, sign up for Caesars. They give out a fantastic sign-up bonus. All these books do. And the promo tonight that they're offering, if you can't see this, is you place a straight pregame, full game money line wager. I'm not sure why money line is 2 words. That seems a little strange, but whatever. Of $50 on the Rangers Maple Leafs game. And regardless of if your bet wins or loses, you get a $25 free bet if your team scores 3 or more goals, right? So what you want to do is think about, okay, well, who is favored in this game? And you can see the Maple Leafs are favored, right? So what is mathematically optimal? The Maple Leafs are favored in the game. So they're also favored to score, more than 3 goals. They are more likely to score 3+ goals than the Rangers are. So you want to bet, $50 on this -150. That is the mathematically optimal bet. The Maple Leafs are favored. They're more likely to score over 3 goals. And if we just go into Caesars, I think they have this somewhere, goals. I'm not sure, but from my calculations, the Maple Leafs are roughly, I'm not sure where this market is on here, but the Maple Leafs are roughly like 55% looking at Pinnacle to score over 3 goals. So 55% of the time, you're going to get a free bet from Caesars of $25 just for betting $50 on the money line. So this promo is very profitable. The EV of this promo, am I sharing my screen? I'm sharing my screen. So the EV of this promo is about, what was I going to say, is about 22%. So it's a super profitable promo. If you have Caesars, you should definitely take advantage. If you don't have Caesars, but you're in a state where Caesars is legal, then you should definitely sign up for Caesars. I'm just making sure this shows up clearly on my phone. So it looks like it kind of shows up. So that's fine. So that's the first promo. You got to bet it. It's really good on Caesars Sportsbook. So that's pretty cool. And then here we have WinBet. We had an epic frickin' day yesterday. So let's see what's on FanDuel. So FanDuel has a promo. This is for Friday, so we'll ignore it. But they have this opt-in and place a 3-leg same-game parlay on the NFL playoffs. If you lose, FanDuel just gives you your $10 back. You literally cannot lose money, right? Like if your same-game parlay with 3 legs doesn't hit, then FanDuel just gives you your money back. This is a no-brainer. Just go to NFL. You can click on this promo if you don't believe me. All these sports books are super regulated. So they're not going to screw you out of your money, right? Just check it out. It's a free $10 lottery ticket from FanDuel. Bet whatever you want to bet, and if your bet wins, you get your money back. So I think I already placed this bet on. What am I looking for? Avery, Rams, right here. So I went with the Rams game. Rams money line. Cam Akers first touchdown under 9.5 points in the third quarter plus 3.338 odds. So I'm betting $10 to win. Roughly $334. Again, if my bet loses, FanDuel just gives me my money back. There is literally like no risk to this. You should definitely be placing this promo. We also have a bunch of just bets from the OddsJam plus EV page, which were here. But then we also have a 4-leg parlay on FanDuel. So you may be thinking, well, parlays are unprofitable. Why would I bet a parlay? I thought you guys knew what you were talking about. But if you go to promos, right here, what you can see is they have college basketball parlay insurance. So you place a 4-leg parlay. If exactly one leg loses, so you win 3 out of 4 legs, FanDuel will give you your money back, right? So it's not as good as like the risk-free same game parlay, but you can do this every day, right? I think it may end today, but you could have done it yesterday too. I'm pretty sure we won yesterday. If I go to settled, I think we cashed it yesterday, the one I gave out. Iona, Kent State, Syracuse, and Fresno State betting 25. We won 157.57, so that's cool. But we have a full-length YouTube video. There's also, I think, a blog post on OddsJam. If you just type in like Parlay Insurance, we have a ton of content. So if you're ever thinking about a promo or you want to learn the math behind it, we have a full-length article about it and a full video describing why this promo is so good and so profitable and you should be doing it, as well as just like general stuff about DraftKings and whatever, like depending on where you're at in your sports betting journey. So what we can do now is we can kind of look around. So I just placed, my 4-leg college basketball parlay. So that worked out pretty well for me yesterday. Hopefully it can hit today. Again, what we went with is, let's go back here. And then I want to go to active, is Stony Brook, Creighton, Alabama, and Virginia. Moneyline parlay. You want all of your legs, as is discussed in the full-length YouTube video, to be as close to minus 200 as possible. So if we go to college basketball and we're looking around, like Alabama is now minus 182, that seems like a pretty good leg. Creighton's minus 170. So you can include legs. Then it looks like they have some promos for Thursday, which are definitely profitable. Come back Thursday. Okay, I'll come back Thursday. You know me. I'm going to be back on Thursday. And they have a first basket Fridays. Make sure you opt in. You click the little green opt-in button. But it's super good, super profitable. So, but I'm assuming we'll discuss those in future days. They also have Nhl Parlay Insurance. It's also really profitable, just like the college basketball parlay insurance. But you can see there's only 3 games today, and your parlay has to have 4 legs. So it's not even possible to do it for NHL. So that's a little bit of a tease. FanDuel's that tease in terms of Nhl Parlay Insurance for today. So that's FanDuel promos. And then DraftKings, nothing really, to be honest. They have a decent, same game parlay bet and get. But I went through the math. It seems maybe, depending on the lines you're doing, maybe a little good, probably not good. So we can look at boosts too. These are usually kind of a trap. They're also very hard to figure out the EV of. So, they're usually a little good from what I can calculate, or a little bad. So kind of treat them at your own risk. You can see Devils and Rangers both to win. What we can do is we can back out the math on this. So if we go to OddsJam, we can do this very briefly and we can calculate, is this good or not? And again, the whole goal is to help, you learn how to do this yourself. So we can go here and then we can go to odds boost. So we have Devils and Rangers. So the Rangers are favored in the game, or no, they're underdogs, plus 127 underdogs. So what we want to do to back out the fair win probability for the Rangers is take the market from Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, and put that into a zero vig calculator. So they were giving you plus 127 on the Rangers and they're minus 144 on the Maple Leafs, right? So removing the juice from the market implies, right, the way every sportsbook makes money is they charge the vig, they charge the juice, whatever you want to call it, their edge. So what you want to do is you want to remove the vig from Pinnacle's market, because Pinnacle is the sharpest sportsbook in the world, and that will give you an estimated win probability for the Rangers, which is 42.74%. So I can just include that right here. As you can see, my plus EV bet yesterday on the Pistons money line, unfortunately, did not win. So we have the Rangers win probability. Last time I bet the Pistons, though, I'm pretty sure I won at plus 600 against the Jazz, I believe. So that was pretty cool. So here we have win probabilities. And the Rangers are 42.74% to win. And then who was the other team? I think it was the New Jersey Devils. So we need the win probability for the Devils. So we can go in here, and then we can Are the Devils playing today? Yeah, they are. So the Devils are pretty big favorites, right? Minus 197, plus 171 on Pinnacle. So whenever you want to back out a fair line or find an estimated win probability, and again, we have some great blog posts on this on OddsJam. So check it out. Check out the previous YouTube videos. There's tons of stuff about removing the VIG. But you can see Pinnacle, plus 171, minus 197. To get our estimated win probability, and it may not be perfect, but it's a great estimate of win probabilities, is 64.25%. So the Devils are 64.25%, so 0.6425. So we have the Rangers and the Devils both to win. Okay, now we can figure out the joint win probability, and it's 27.46%. So then what you can do is you can go to an odds converter calculator, and 27.46, we can put that into here, which tells us the fair price, right? So essentially the sharpest sportsbook in the world is telling you this parlay should be plus 264. That is the fair price, right? That is the price that you are not winning or losing money as a sports bettor in the long run if you're placing bets at plus 264 on things that are 27.46 to happen. FanDuel is giving us plus 300, which is obviously better than plus 264. So it's a profitable bet. The odds you're getting are too good to be true. So we're going to place that bet. That's pretty cool. And then we can look over some of the other ones, but I don't want to sit there all day. Let's place some bets from OddsJam as I drink my alcoholic drink. And we can look for some sharp, mathematically profitable bets. Here's a great one. Avalanche -2. So you can see lines are ripping towards them. Here's another great one, right? Wizards versus Nets. So if we look at over 234, you can see WinBet's the only one, right? Most books have the total at 235. WinBet's stale. It's an ARB to Pinnacle. So this seems like a great bet. So we can go to the Wizards game and we can go to over 234 and we can throw, $250 on it. And then maybe another 250 because why not? So now we have Wizards. So I'm not going to include promos. It's like an unfair advantage in this little spreadsheet. I'll just keep it to like bets directly from OddsJam, the best sports betting software out there. And again, the only requirement for OddsJam is one, you're in a state where sports betting is legal, right? And then we bet $500 at minus 110 odds. Nope. Minus 110. 500. So this I want to switch to number. And we just got down a great bet. So I'm pretty excited about that. So if we go to format, number, and we can just do automatic. And you can see just like looking at the data, right? That's all OddsJam does is it shows you data and shows you that data in beautiful ways, right? Because you're never going to be able to look around DraftKings manually and, click into NBA, look at all these lines and be able to catch great bets and great ARBs. DraftKings has like freaking 100,000 odds on their site or something at any given time, some absurd number. You're not going to be able to do it, right? So you need software because everyone smart has software. So you can see if we find over 234, this bet has 3.41% edge as a sports bettor, 3.41% profit margin. It's a super good bet, super tight market. So our expected profit on this bet is, $17. So I'm $17 richer. I got down an incredible bet. And again, the only reason this is possible is because sportsbooks have different odds. They all want to be unique. They all want to set their own lines, right? They want to set lines independently. So as a sports bettor, you need to sign up for every book below if it's in your state, because the sports bettors who make the most money have the most books. And you can see right here, Wizards Nets over 120 first half points. If we wanted to really get frisky with betting overs, it looks like lines are blasting up on Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book in the world. We can check out that. So over 120, you're getting on DraftKings. Every other book is 121. 1 point in the first half of a college basketball game is pretty big. So we can go here and we can look at the Wizards game, and then we can go to halves. You have to know how to move quickly, and we'll double down. Let's get some overs in this game. Points, please. So then we have over 120 first half total points. and this is in Wizards Nets, our second mathematically profitable bet, minus 110 odds. We bet $500. What we can do now is go back to the OddsJam plus EV page to calculate our expected profit. So if we go to over 120, this bet has a 4.89% profit margin. So it's even better, right? So 0.0489. And that means we are now, we've already made, I essentially believe I've already made 41.50 sports betting today. These bets may not win, they may not lose, but I have the mathematical advantage, right? So that's a great bet. I'm very happy with that bet. So we'll get some player props in here too. Like you can see there's some ARBs out there. Again, ARB, you want to earn risk-free profits. You didn't know it was possible. We'll hit one. So get more sportsbooks. Sign up for literally every sportsbook in the description. Just click the links. It'll take you to the best possible deposit bonus. We said this before. I just showed you this promo on Caesars. Really good, really profitable. You want to bet on the Maple Leafs, but also you don't have Caesars. You're in a state where Caesars is legal, Arizona, frickin' New Jersey, Indiana, Colorado, New York. They're even offering you $3,000 for signing up. But in most states, they're giving you a $1,000 in one. So 1,001 bet match. So you get your first wager matched up to $1,001 back, win or lose. So in other words, you bet $1,000 on Caesars, 1,001. They give you $1,001 for free. Just let it sink in, right? These sportsbooks are very competitive, or not competitive. These sportsbooks are very aggressive because they have to be in terms of marketing to you, the US customer. So you can see I have a shit ton of bets placed on DraftKings, but what we have right here is Nets at Wizards. I can't even cash out. People, these bets I'm stuck with. That's how confident I am that they are mathematically profitable. And everything, all my profit sports betting, go back, watch some of the initial videos. You'll see all the screenshots. You'll see, Barstool profit and loss statement, everything. It's all from OddsJam because it shows me mathematically profitable bets. And you have to be fast, right, to take advantage of them. You have to sign up for all the sports books that are listed below. You're not going to make money sports betting with one sports book. And again, that's just because you won't be getting the best number, right? If we go to, let's switch this state so you can kind of see the entire sports betting market. And in fact, I even have a fair amount of books filtered out. But if we go back to OddsJam and then we click on some game, there's so many sports books. And we've said this a million times in every video, but the craziest thing about sports betting, right, is all these books have different numbers. They have different odds. And that's really what makes or breaks your profit as a sports bettor. It's all about the odds. It's not about frickin', the tout, the handicapper who's like, oh, Patrick Mahomes was tired. He looked tired getting off the bus. So I got to bet against the Chiefs. It's that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, right? Sports has variance. You never know what's going to happen in the future. There's crazy upsets. Everything in terms of your profit is about the odds you're getting, right? And a condition of that is you need multiple sports books to be successful as a sports bettor, right? You are never, never, never going to make money sports betting if you are placing bets, at plus 127 odds on Circa, when you can be getting plus 137 on Ladbrokes, some European book I decided to add into OddsJam, or plus 120, right? If you are that guy betting on the Charlotte Hornets plus 120, you are the worst sports bettor ever because every sports book is giving you better odds except Fox Bet. So you need more sports books to be successful as a sports bettor. The more, the merrier, because that means you're getting better odds. You have more bets available, more positive EV bets, more arbitrage bets, more promos, more sign-up bonuses. So you need more sports books. You can see a ton of freaking ARBs right now. Absolutely insane. So we can try to hit one. We'll go through the math. So I'll go to NBA. What team is this guy on? Al Horford, Celtics, I guess, Hornets. And then we can go to, again, you got to be quick. The fact that I didn't just refresh that button, if you're using email alerts on OddsJam, up your game. So we can go here and you can see over 11.5 is plus 100. So it already moved, right? So we weren't quick enough to that one, but we will be quick to a lot of them, and you'll see that we'll make some risk-free profits, but you really have to be on it. Like, hit the refresh button, make sure you're getting on these lines. As a note, OddsJam will be updating our entire servers, so everything should be a lot faster. The site's going to look a lot different in a week or so. We'll see, but it's really exciting stuff. So you can see right here, Jaylen Brown's. There's a lot of ARBs out there. Long story short, and we can look for some good ones to prove out the concept. So we have Jaylen Brown threes under 2.5 in the Celtics Hornets game. So we can go here, and then we can go to Brown, and we can go to alt threes, and then under 2.5, we can see it looks like it already moved as well. So again, you need to be fast to get to these. The speeds on OddsJam are going to drastically improve, but you will find tons of good bets. So now let's look at the plus EV page. Let's see if there's any other good bets out there. So you can see that guy who got in on Al Horford over 4.5 points plus 198 before it moved is a very lucky man. But Kyrie Irving looks incredible tonight. His over in points, like, you can kind of scroll around, and it can be overwhelming as a sports bettor because there's so many bets that you can look at that are all at great odds. So, you can filter around your settings. If you don't want to bet on long shots, you can set, your maximum positive EV odds. You can decide if you want to see player props or not. I bet some props. I don't bet some props other days. Like, it really depends, on the day type of thing. So what we can do as well is if we go to this Nets game, you can see we got over 234 at minus 110 odds, right? A lot of bets placed. And their total is already up to 235.5. Here's another plus EV bet I have. DeAndre Hunter over 13.5 total points, player points. WinBet's already letting me cash out for a positive number. Granted, it's not big, right? I could earn 39 cents. I wagered 100. I could earn 39 cents in profit by cashing out my bet for 139. But of course, I'm not going to do that because I believe the bet is really freaking good. So I'm not going to cash it out. But we got some player props from OddsJam. We got a ton of stuff in there. And we can go back to the ARB page. This Horford thing is going crazy. So I'm a little overwhelmed right now. But you can see there's a bunch of good bets, right? Long story short. And you can ultimately think about what lines up with your opinions. If you have opinions about games, whatever, like, that's great, but still get the best number. I don't even think about the player. I don't even know half these guys' freaking names. All I know is there's a mathematical profit margin in my bet, right? Like, I have no opinions on Kyrie Irving and how he's going to perform tonight, but it doesn't matter, right? The people who make money sports betting aren't the square Twitter handicappers who watch sports all day. It's the data crunching numbers people, which is what OddsJam shows you how to become, right? So we can look around, Mississippi State first half money line plus 160 in college basketball. That seems pretty good. And there's just so many options. It's been pretty incredible. Yesterday was slower, if you don't remember from the live stream. Today's a lot quicker, a lot more bets. So, Mississippi State first half plus 160, like, that seems like pretty dang good value. So I can go here. I can go to the plus EV page, and we can go to college basketball. And then I can go, that's not it. So let me go here, and I can go here. Then we can go to Mississippi State right here, and they're plus 160. This bet is insane. If you look at it, the edge is 9.25%. So what I can do is just throw, whatever, $250 on that. Mississippi State plus 160. Why do I think it's good? Well, just click into the market, right? Like, Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, is telling you this should be plus 132. You're getting plus 160, which is almost an ARB to Pinnacle. And it looks like insane value to Twin Spires as well, right? Like, if we take Twin Spires odds, and if, I'll add it to my bet tracker, I can click on the odd and then add it to my bet tracker. So you should be using the OddsJam bet tracker. It's an insanely powerful tool. And the reason it's so powerful is largely because, so this bet had 9.35% edge as a sports bettor. So we have Miss State, first half money line. I got them plus 160, put $250 on that. and that was 9% edge. So my profit margin as a sports bettor is $23, right? My 3 positive EV bets. And you'll see this with the profit over time as we do these live streams and tail the bets. We'll have down days. We'll have days that go really well. You'll see that, on my TikTok, everywhere. There are days that we win. There are days that we lose, but we win more than we lose, and we typically win, right? Because the numbers work in our favor. And what I can do is go back to this OddsJam bet tracker. I can reload. So what's really cool about the bet tracker is it will show you if you are getting better odds than the closing line, right? So this will update up until the game starts, and then it will use the 0 vig line from Pinnacle, the fair price for the game, and show you, if the odds you are getting is better than that. So you want to see green, right? You want to see green. Green, all these bets I think I may have placed on the live stream, I'm not sure. Green just means every bet you place, you want to beat the closing line. Just look it up. Closing line value, huge term in sports betting. If you are beating the closing line long term, you are going to make money as a sports bettor, right? It's just a fact. It's just math. If you're beating the closing line, you're going to make money. And what's cool about OddsJam is it shows you when you beat the closing line versus when you didn't beat the closing line. And why is this useful? Well, if you go to the OddsJam bet tracker, you can turn on bet tracker notifications, CLV notifications, as they are called. Now, why are CLV notifications useful? So let me go back here, and then I'll go to my bets. Is if your bet gets bad, let's say Mississippi State, this game starts, it looks like in 40 minutes. So if my bet gets bad, let's say the Mississippi State point guard, he breaks his leg getting off the bus because he's square, then the line will move against me, and OddsJam will send me an email alert. The bet tracker is free. Our odds comparison page is free. It's all free, right? And you will get an email from OddsJam that tells you, hey, your bet is no longer good. And if you can cash out on the sports book, you can go into that sports book and try to cash your bet out for full value oftentimes. Although you can see DraftKings, they don't even let me cash out. Sometimes books let you cash out. Sometimes they don't. You can see right here, they're letting me cash out. I bet $25 for this FanDuel promo. They're letting me cash out $16.26. That's awful, right? I bet $25 and they're letting me cash out $16.26. Why would I do that, right? I just lose $9 and I place this bet for the promo. But they're not letting me cash out the odds boost. They're not letting me cash out some of my player prop plus EV bets. But they are letting me cash out this bet on Cyril Gahn plus 102 for a profit. I bet 245.10. You can't see that. I bet 245.10. And they're saying we'll give you 266.80 just to take your bet off, right? Because your bet is so damn good because you use OddsJam. And it's yeah, I know. So we can go back to the ARB page, and it's just going crazy right now. So we can hit another plus EV bet. So this looks pretty good. Avalanche -2. I mean, have you ever met someone who wants to bet against the Colorado Avalanche? I haven't. So if we go to the Colorado Avalanche and we click into this game, you can see it's an ARB to Pinnacle, right? Whenever there's an ARB, you can make risk-free money. We have a bunch of videos, a bunch of blog posts about arbitrage, so check that out. And it's also insane value to Twin Spires, right? They're only giving you plus 132. It's pretty close to an ARB to Twin Spires. So this bet is clearly good. Just numbers, right? It's all about the odds you're getting. Whenever there's an ARB, you know that one sportsbook has to be wrong because you could place a bet on both sides. We could bet on Avs -2 and Ducks +2 and earn a risk-free profit. So look back here, Avalanche. Man, there are so many freaking bets today. So this bet has a profit margin of 6.78%. So I have to log back into Caesars. Just want to make sure it doesn't show my password. And then we can go here. And then we can go. Okay. And then we can go here. And then we can go to hockey. Again, you want to move quick. And this bet is clearly just an insane line. I'm pretty happy with it. So Avs -1, they're -170. So -2 moved down to +140. So we were too slow, right? We've hit a couple plus EV bets today. Been too slow on some. I got to move faster and stop blabbing away. James Harden over 26.5 player points. I mean, we can take a look at this bet. If we go to Harden over 26.5, plus 105 is an ARB to pin. It looks like decent value, but DraftKings is giving you plus 100. So maybe you want to hold off. I don't know, right? All OddsJam does is show you data. And the only thing the thing you're 100% certain about as a sports bettor is whenever there's an ARB like this right here, you could place a bet on both FanDuel and Caesars and earn a risk-free return, right? You place the bet, you are $9.58 risk-free. So one of these bets has to be good, and all you're doing as a plus EV sports bettor is you're using the data to figure out which bet is good, right? Like Georgia Tech versus Wake Forest. Plus 125 is clearly an insane line, right? It was an ARB to Pinnacle. It looks like a great betting opportunity, so one you want to take advantage of. So that's really all I got. There's another special guest going live here in a bit. This bet looks great, right? Maple Leafs minus 1.5. Because I'm on the OddsJam Platinum plan, I have odds from Bookmaker, Bet Online, all the sharp sports books in the world. This bet's plus EV to Pinnacle. It's an ARB to Bookmaker. Clearly an insane bet, insane value. And the key to sports betting is realizing these returns, they compound, right? A 1.61% risk-free return, or not risk-free, edge as a sports bettor, means you bet $100, you earn $160. So it's your job as a sports bettor to go through the plus EV page, place as many of these bets as you can, and see the returns like compound and compound and compound. This bet looks pretty interesting if you want to bet on football. I mean, this is why I love OddsJam. I love that I created it, is like I get to help sports bettors win, but also I get to have fun bets on sports. Like, I'm excited for this game. Lines have been moving lower all week long in the Packers 49ers game, and we just found a great line on under 47.5, right? So this is something I'll actually take advantage of. So we'll go here. My bet has a 2% return. It's not insanely good. I mean, 2%, it's up to you how much you want to bet, but maybe we just throw $100 on it, right? So people ask all the time, like, about bankroll management. God. So let me go back here. Can you see my password? Now you can see they have my Indiana and Colorado win bet already there. So let me just log back in real quickly and place this bet, right? So we can go here, we can place this bet, and this is, did it place? I get very frustrated when these books are so janky. So we have under 235.5 in the Hawks game. I mean, just so many freaking bets. You can see another bet on WinBet. Rockets Jazz over 6.5, Conley assists. I bet 100. WinBet saying, damn, your bet's good. You're so sharp. We'll give you 304 to cash out. Straight from the plus EV page. Just go down the plus EV page, place all the bets. You can do a little more digging. As I said, I'd rather personally have less bets open in a day, but I know all of my bets are good. So this did place under 47.5. And it's a 2% return. We have under 47.5 in the Packers 49ers game. And we bet $100, or this is supposed to be minus 110. We bet $100. The edge on this bet was 2%. So let's just do this format, number, and then we can go to number, and there we go. And then that means I just earned, $2 in expected profit. So the goal as a plus EV sports bettor, why so many people, live on the plus EV page and just refresh it constantly, is these opportunities are always changing. But if you can, place a bunch of bets from the plus EV page every day, then you're like forming a little hedge fund for yourself, right? And all of your bets are mathematically profitable. It's all data, right? There's no picks, there's no BS. It's all just data. The odds are in your favor. Everything is about the odds you're getting, which is why you should click all the links below. Sign up for all those sports books. Everything is in the odds. So like this bet on Kyrie Irving under 0.5 blocks, it may not win tonight. It's a pretty wide market, but over the course of the long run, you're going to make money placing bets like this, right? So you want to use the OddsJam plus EV page to inform your betting decisions. Kobe White under 17.5, incredible bet, right? So that's pretty cool. And then again, if you're a baby and you don't like sports betting, you can just ARB. It's a lot harder. You have to be a lot faster, right? Because ARB is literally risk-free profits, right? Like if I hit this ARB, I could literally make a risk-free 3.53%. I bet $178. I'm $6.55 richer. I can go buy a Chipotle burrito. And if that doesn't seem like a lot of money, you're missing the point. This game's at 5 p.m. It's going to be over by 8 p.m. So 4 hours from now, I'm going to have $7 more in my bank account, right? It's how the returns compound. The return of the stock market is 8% a year. You can earn 3.53% risk-free in one day, right? And it's same with the Plus EV page. Is people, talk about getting rich in the stock market where your return is 8%, on average a year. And you'll have fluctuations, there are downtrends, exactly the same as a sharp sports bettor, right? These bets will all make you money in the long run. So play around, track your bets, use the OddsJam bet tracker. It's completely free. Our low holds page as well is completely free. We have a ton of content on our blog. Basically anything you want to learn about in terms of smart sports betting will be on the blog or in a YouTube video. And, share OddsJam with friends, click all the links, sign up for all the sports books, all the different sports books. The more sports books you have, the more money you're going to make as a sports bettor. It's really that simple. So I hope you found this video helpful. That's all I really got. And thanks.